What remains of Edith Finch? 好啦，睇個 tag 係咩先？Overwhelmingly positive, story-rich, atmospheric, walking simulator, mystery, exploration, puzzle, horror， 有 horror 嘅。What remains of Edith Finch is a collection of strange tales about a family. 我定好，冇咁隨便啊你。As Edith, you explore the colossal Finch house, searching for storage as she explores her family history. Okay, anyway.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
佢咁畫嘅話，令我好有 Rusty Lake Roots 嘅既視感啊！都有個 family tree。
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
好遠下嗰度。呢條操作嘅。
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
使唔使睇嘅我哋出？係咪翻呢個時間
I
點
hadn't
係
been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
OK？ 冇 FOV 揀。
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
冇得跑 ，shift 掣係 soup。
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. 有條分岔路，死啦！ No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
有上路有下路。
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
會起到咁高嘅，終極僭建。
I asked Edith once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
我行其他路有冇其他對白？我都跑。
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something but never do.
睇個 achievement 行晒2條路。佢比較似開放世界。我俾abduction影響咗，我覺得好多路都行唔到。正向，而家現代啲遊戲好多路都行。我呢個係籃球框，呢個籃球框。都會係現代嘅屋嚟嘅，有車嗰啲。
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
僭建成咁，我都唔舒服。你食 Newton Finch。
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
佢行唔同嘅路就會觸發唔同嘅對話，行近個祠堂就會講嗰條路。
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
For
the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Okay.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Okay. 點解整成咁？所以冇人俾開嘅都。
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
checkpoint 嘅係咪？
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
throw 添直頭 Barbara Finch 啊，即係佢有啲恐怖。樓下
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
basement 有啲咩術？佢2017年嚟嘅，呢個設定好似。
Only one restaurant would deliver to our house. We had Chinese a lot.
Imperial Palace. Washington. Okay. Variable. Yes. 22歲。本書都放喺台。 會點解咁嘅狀態走嘅咧？你哋明？即係你望唔同嘅嘢就有唔同嘅對話嘅，咁應該乜都要望下啦。人俾我出返去而家。嗰條係咩嚟？又係同一幅相，點解要咁做？
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
係咯，頂食嗰啲嘢仲喺度，好核突！哇，你個體型好奇怪下。光點係
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
啲光點係 interaction 嚟嘅，好，真係見到光點就行過去，唔使所有嘢都冇人。Public market。
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Original house.你哋係邊咩年份走嘅？有段時機都好新下。我咪出返去嘅我而家。咁我要擺啲書喺個樓梯度，只會。
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
只係會仆死。
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
.947撞得上。Barra 4字。
Edie's father Odin built the original house. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
OK， 係童星嚟嘅。
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
好靚。得我條鎖匙係做咩
？Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
鎖匙應該係喺度用，係咯。12,000 leaks under the sea.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
我睇到自己個身體睇好神奇，尤其係呢個女性嘅嗰度。
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
女性嘅視覺。
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Molly.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
.1947係咪啊？唔係 time travel 嚟嘅，而家做緊嘅嘢。個室外嘅景色好似差唔多，好似冇變過。好多嘢可以睇。Orcas Island Caps。好明顯係鍾意海洋生物，但係又有啲普通嘅兔仔，有鯊魚。又有羊，應該係1947年。
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
見視覺
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
really
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
做鬼嘢
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
哇專用廁所
I kept eating and eating.
the hell
I ate a lot of things that night.
好似好多嘢都唔食得添 What else?
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
What? 睇唔到自己個身體喎而家
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
係發緊夢啊定係點？睇下景先。 1947年嚟嘅。
I jumped and I almost got her.
佢識得呢隻雀㗎嘛應該。
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
嗰個群。頂，真係會死嚟到跌落去嘅話。
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
真係發緊夢。
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
佢血腥。
And suddenly, I was a shark.
What？ 咁細係會電下電下，係好搞笑我覺得。
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
會食魚㗎，鯊魚。
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
個血腥，係估唔到係咁。估唔到有血腥嘅呢個遊戲。
I grabbed on tight. I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
蛇定咩嚟嘅呢隻？核突！ 咪蛇嗰個鬼嚟㗎，觸手嚟嘅。呢個係咩地？呢個係咩地方
？I was big, but I moved real quiet.
難怪有開個踢，好恐怖。自己做一隻怪物咁恐怖，psychological horror。睇唔到個本體啊
！I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly was rusty, his belly was rusty, his belly was rusty,
Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new, something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
應該係 Edith。Edith 1917至2010。玻璃嘢仲早過Barbara。What now？廁所嚟。
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
點走啊？佢間屋連埋外面個。
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
如果唔使花時間思考嘅話，咁係會快好多嘅嘛？呢個遊戲，我想到重做緊成件事係做緊啲咩？
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Okay.咩聲嚟嘅呢啲啊？冇感受。咩聲嚟嘅？
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
1937。
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Edith 有兩個 ，Edith 同 Edie。佢阿媽係邊個啊？佢阿媽係 Dawn。2016啊嘛，個遊戲係2017年。
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
咩嚟嘅？冇名，恐怖嘅成。原來呢個係恐怖遊戲嚟嘅，我試驚驚地。Dragon kills Finch.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
係好靚嘅呢個環境。如果唔係有啲恐怖成分嘅，如果唔係個遊戲有啲恐怖成分嘅話。
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
仲識畫畫添，厲害呢個阿婆。我依間放低佢整。
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
What? Curse 係一個問題，但係點解間屋可以洗走？係船嚟嘅。
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
What the fuck?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Hello？ 點走啊？喂！
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
OK。唔知咩歐電，叫歐電，叫做歐電嘅人喺北歐會出嚟，你都犀利啊！
Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
你都犀利啊！叫歐電嘅人喺北歐。究係咩嚟嘅？新人滅火筒，藥嚟嘅呢對。What?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
K.
It was a pretty big trace.
又有書睇。
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
點解起成咁？
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
We're not making it up pick up so. Pick up so. Muted. Got pop culture 啦，呢度啲嘢。Captured.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. and that he never talked about him.
Explore the universe. Command center. OK。每個人嘅主題都係唔同。有冇咁多機關啊？呢間屋 For the Sam。
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
得11歲啫，大佬，好恐怖啊！你哋個壽命10歲、33、11，哇，16。個個都勁早死嘅，因為Edith你小心啲啊，主角你小心啲。
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
你哋都係想死啫。
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
好恐怖嘅遊戲。
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
OK。有點神奇。
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
呢間屋可以咁鬼多，都係33歲啫 ，Sam 都唔係好大。係多機關而家。
passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Chết kinh. Barbara 應該可以入去。定點解咁做？真係估唔到有條味道喺後面。What the fuck？ 你結構上有冇可能做到？Mutant， 全部都寫 Mutant。
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
幾多歲啊？16歲。咪個個都係咁。
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. was silent.
係真係幾恐怖嘅呢個遊戲。Holy shit！
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
What now?都喺呢度啦。
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the Hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Really? Think what I don't know.唔出去啊！你哋有門口，你哋有門口唔用，點樣去整啲咁嘅通道出嚟？
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
頂，好恐怖！不過我諗喺度完啦而家。